Kay, let me draw you close to the fire and tell you of a man named Malachai, a warlock whose heart bore the scars of forgotten gods and whose soul trembled beneath a blood-red moon. Do not look away from the tale, for in ruins such as these are truths that bite like the night wind through shattered stone, and hope, for all its frailty, is sometimes kindled by sorrows most dire. In the world's last twilight, the ruined citadel of Feyndar rose bleak and defiant, its splinters of grandeur standing among the bones of kings and the ghosts of first prayers. There, Malachai wandered, his breath pluming like mist in the chill that gnawed at the marrow. The moon hung low and furious in the sky, a slit pupil above a world trembling on the edge of oblivion, bathing everything in the crimson pallor of regret. Peak! Malachai was once a paladin, sworn to shield the innocent, his oaths as bright as morning. Now his cloak was ragged and dark, the armor beneath tarnished by betrayals he dare not name. The pact he forged in desperation chained him to powers older than the gods he once revered, leaving a shadow yawning at the edge of every step. His voice, when it echoed in those forsaken halls, seemed not entirely his own, shaped by sorcery and sorrow alike. He moved through the citadel's corpse, past the crumbled statues of saints whose faces were marred by centuries of tears, his own hands trembling as he reached for the glyphs etched in blood and moonlight. Malachai's mind whispered, "Can redemption sprout from poisoned earth? Or am I merely cultivating further ruin?" A wind, raw and spectral, curled from the abyss below, bearing with it whispers, words in a guttural tongue he'd never learned yet now understood as command. He knew the price they demanded, fragments of self traded for morsels of power. If I turn back now, I let the night win, he thought, feeling the weight in his chest tighten. But if I press forward, does it make me the night? Each step farther, each spell cast, stripped pieces of Malachai's soul. Eyeless shades flocked in the corners of his vision, some faces achingly familiar. Old friends, lost loves, all stained by the choices that led him here. Yet forward he pressed, desperate. Oh, deeper within the heart of the citadel he found the sigil of Yithloth, a pulsating void tethered by chains of memory and regret. It was said that here the first gods died and the world learned to tremble. Ancient forces began to stir at his presence like serpents beneath a cracked tombstone. Power and damnation entwined, like lovers at midnight, the whispers promised. Salvation, but not for free. Malachai recalled the promise he had made long ago, in the arms of another life. I will not become what I hunt. And yet, what if becoming the darkness was the only way to strike it down? His heart fought. The last rebel in a land surrendered tonight. What good is my soul if all souls fall to shadow? Malachai rasped aloud, defying the hush, his voice both prayer and curse. The sigil demanded a sacrifice, a gleaming thread of his soul's light in exchange for strength enough to bind the rising shadows. The offer roared in his veins, sweet and sickening. Faces from the past danced behind his eyes, a child saved and then lost to war, a brother slain by the darkness now hungrily circling his own heart. They fear me already, Malachai thought. If I cross this line, hope will shun me, yet hope itself will endure. Ki knelt. The abyss opened its arms. Ki agony racked him as the pact took hold, darkness flooding his veins, screams dying on his lips, the pain of loss inflicted 1,000-fold. Malachai's eyes burned like embers, pupils rimmed with crimson fire. The citadel quaked, the air thick with the taste of iron and ash. In that moment, he was both savior and monster, power incarnate, but hollowed by sacrifice. He summoned the storm, weaving wards with shattered faith, battling the ancient gods' remnants as they rose, their forms blighted and terrible. Alalais turned upon him in terror, seeing not their savior but a warlock crowned in ruin's glory. The battle was brief, merciless. Malachai drove the shadows back, sealing the breach with shards of his ravaged soul. The cost was visible. Streaks of silver at his brow, the hollowness behind his eyes, the trembling of hands that had once blessed and now only bound. As silence returned, uneasy as a wound scabbing over, Malachai stumbled through the rubble, battered and half-mad. In the blood-red dawn, Feyndar's ruins began to collapse, a tomb for ancient power, freed and then chained anew. He was a figure limned in legend before the dust had even settled. The common folk whispered his name in both gratitude and horror, their prayers tangled with curses, their dreams populated by the silver-eyed wraith who had saved and damned them in the same breath. "There is no going back," Malachai told himself, voice threadbare with loss. "But perhaps I have bought the world a dawn, even if I must forever walk in twilight." He wandered into the uncertain between light, neither wholly blessed nor entirely damned, a man marked by the ruin he had both caused and contained. Some say his shadow still roams the edges of broken places, drawn to both hope and hurt, a warning and a wish walking upon two weary feet. Some victories are written in sorrows, and some heroes pray only for a softer night. What would you have chosen, had your every hope itself been made a weapon? Let us know what darkness or light you would embrace. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if this tale stirs your blood or chills your bones, subscribe for more stories born from shadow and flame. Remember to like, lest Malachai's wandering soul brush against your dreams tonight.